Yes, yes. I have some hidden gems, some Easter egg stocks, I call them, for you today. Yes, yes, yes. We're going to look at three of them. Three of them. All right. So we're going to start with ORN. ORN. All righty. So top left of the screen, everyone. ORN, daily time frame. These are the moving averages. These are the colors. So you'll know what color coordinates to what. So why am I looking at ORN? Do you see over here, right side of the screen, green box here? We're up 210% for the year. Clearly because we pulled back from this top over here, right? But we're up 210% for the year. So it's not like, oh, the stock is struggling along. No, it's not. It's not struggling along at all. Analysts saying strong buy. Price target is higher than where we're at now. Okay, because right now we're trading at $8.49. So let's say $8.50. Okay, just average it up. All right, so 43% to the upside. They're predicting. What is ORN? Do your homework. Now let me say this. You got to do your homework. I'm not here to do my homework and your homework. You got to do your homework. I do the technical homework. You could do your fundamental homework, okay? So now, just to let you know, though, they have this contract. That's cool and everything, okay? They secured a little bit here. And then what did I see? This 28 mil Costco thing. Okay. But, once again, I'm a technical trader. I am trading the technicals, not the fundamentals. Not that. But do I love when I put them together? Yes. Because that's why I'm dealing with a stock that's up so much for the year. Okay. Because I can go to sleep at night knowing, all right, it's not its first day. It's not the first day here. It's not the first rodeo. We had some revenue. See, the revenue is blue. All right. So we had revenue. I'm trying to say 2023. All of this, right? So it's not like, oh, is this first day? No. I like let's have some consistency when we're talking about these hidden gems, right? Hidden gem Easter egg stocks. Okay, so let's get to it. And you're like, well, why are you buying it when it dropped down? Because, look, guys, ladies and gentlemen, don't buy at all-time highs like to first get your position. No, because it'll probably pull down a little and everything, okay? Let's buy it on some support. And this is why I'm showing it to you while it's resting on the support, okay? I could have said it a long time ago, but I want to show it to you when it's resting on support, because I know some people won't wait till it gets to a support level, right? So here we are. I drew the trend line. You see the stock interacted here, like walking on a floor of a house. Boom, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I feel like Cookie Monster. No, it was Count Dracula, Sesame Street back in the day. 1, 2, 3. Ha 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 ha. Right? Okay. So it bounced here also. So now when we get here, see how it did it again? So this is what I'm saying. So this should be some support area right here. So this is why I'm saying now, so you can have time to think about it and all that. Do you want to build a position? Also, look at this. Right side of the screen, do you see we have 22 days to earnings? That's what this dotted line is. This purple dotted line. We're coming up close to earnings. If it did good before, okay, last earnings, we were green here. See that green dot? Okay, right side of the screen, everybody. Q1 2024. Green dot. So we did good. Okay. All right. So like here, we had a little bit. This was the earnings. A little bit of pop on that day, but then we sold off. People bought it up on this red candle. So a little dip here. So now this is the thing. You don't want to wait for earnings to try to buy something. We're not trying to play the earnings and all that. But usually a run up to earnings goes well. Like the week before. If a stock is doing well, the week before. Usually run up, it goes up towards the earnings. Okay. So anyway, my point is here in this video, we're at support. We're coming into support. So don't just YOLO in, not financial advice. Don't YOLO in like that, because will it dip a little bit below it? Because sometimes the stock can. Just see this wick right here? That red candle right there? Just to freak people out. That's what they do. That's what they do. They do that to freak people out, and they do that to trigger the stop loss, the stop orders, like pop, 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 pop. They know that some people have, like the stop loss is like a break, okay, for someone, right? And they're like, oh, we're going to trigger them to sell. And then what? The stock keeps going. It's like, it's a hot mess. It's a thing that happens. All right. Not that they're targeting you individually like that. No, they don't know who you are. They don't know who I am. But so my point is, just like this red candle here went below the blue line, we can't fall below this blue line. So don't catch a heart attack if we do, and then go back up. That can happen. We don't know, if it'll happen or whatever. So now, since we do not want to marry this stock, we're not trying to marry this stock. We're here for a good time, not forever time. No, this is not a forever deal, okay? So you can set a stop loss, but be careful, you may get triggered, okay? But set a stop loss where you think you want to have it. That's comfortable for you and the amount of shares you're going to trade and everything like that. Okay. So now, because my idea is I'm in this already. I'm in already. Okay. And I'll just keep dollar cost averaging my little self in. Okay. And however low I got to go or whatever, because I'm okay with this stock. You have to do what's comfortable for you. Right. And then I'll ride up to the sunset. So what would this look like? Let's see the forecast here. Okay, so let's just put where it's at right now, 850, right? That's what we're going to say it is. And then we just held to, I don't want to go all the way to all-time highs, okay? Because that's being greedy. That's being a little piggy. Because what about if it don't hit this tippy top and it bends down? So if we just go here to, the high was $11. If we just go to $10.62, look at that. 24%, practically 25%. You see that. So that's cool. That's cool because one position, you don't need to have one position make or break you. That's not what we're trying to do here. No, because we're not marrying this, right? Okay, so this is what I'm saying for everybody who didn't see, like this would be the high where I just put that blue trend line. That would be the high, see, because it says it here, $11. I'm not trying to go all the way to 11. Just going right to $10 and what was it, $10.62. That's good enough, okay? So, because then you can sell up here, right? Sell up here, and then what? We let it fall back, and we buy again, and we rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. How do I make more money buying at the support levels, buying at the support levels, selling at the resistance level, buying at support again, selling at resistance again. But I'm looking at this every day. I mean, I'm not trying to have y'all do that. You have to go to work. You got to do these things and everything. But I'm in front of this freaking every day anyway. Why? Because I love it, right? And I probably love you too, boo-boo, okay? So this is what I'm saying. So we buy down here in our little support zone levels, right? We buy down in here, and then when we see the stocks come up, we sell up in here and we rinse and repeat. Instead of holding, like when it gets up here, instead of holding it all the way back down again. That's a waste of time. I don't know about you. I feel like I'm near dead. Every second I get older, I'm near dead. Almost dead. Pre-dead. Okay? Don't have time to waste. Like, no. Then, of course. But Miss Moneymaker, it may keep going. Yeah, it could. So you can hold a little bit. You hold a little bit to keep letting it roll, go up. But, okay, this is the thing. Here we go. You can hold a little bit because of course it's going to pass that price. Eventually it will, because that's why the stock went up so much of a percentage for this year. So it will go. But the probabilities, what is it and how will it move back and all that? I swing into another stock though. I could have a little bit left in that. Okay, however much I want or whatever. It depends what the chart's going to look like at that time. But I could take my profit and swing it into another position, another stock that's ready, because I want the probabilities to always be in my favor, my risk to reward. Okay, once we get closer up here, we could reject down, okay? And then eventually it will go through. But I could take that profit and put it in another stock. So let's say I just took that profit. So now you saw this, right? And then go here at the bottom of this. See? Take that profit and then put it here into a position. Because look, how much more room I got to go. See? That's what I'm saying. Keeping it moving, keeping it light. Let's do it. Get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. So now, what is this? What is this? Wait, you know what? Just to tease you, I want to go back here and say this. Now you saw that. This is also something to know. What? What are we looking at now? Well, we're looking at Miss Moneymaker saying, look at this risk reward ratio here. Okay, you see this right here? Risk to reward ratio, 4. Almost 5. If I put this thing all the way to the tippy top, it'll be 5. Right? Okay, it would be. Okay, if you set your stop loss to like right here or so, or, okay, you lower or whatever, we could change it. If you wanted to go right here, okay? If you put it lower to right here, your ratio is 3.6. That tighter your stop, then the higher your risk to reward. But you could get stopped out, and that's frustrating. So this part, where your stop is, that's going to be up to you. It changes the risk to reward ratio, right? Of course. But put it somewhere where you're not marrying the stock. You better not do one of these where, Miss Moneymaker, I'm still holding it. No. Because Miss Moneymaker will be gone already. Okay, we'll be gone and on to the next thing. So remember, I'm not holding this for like, this is not marrying like Tesla back in the old days, 2018, 2019, like that. This is not those kind of Tesla you just, oh yeah, I'm buying it, just making money. Tesla did buy the down payment on this house. Okay, that's different. That's different because it was so much upside, and that was easier. This, remember, rinse, repeat. Okay, so you see there's a good risk to reward ratio, and that's why I want to show it to you now. Okay, that's why I did that now. It's versus another time. Okay, so now we move on. Video's getting long. Jesus, who's talking so much? IESC, okay, 20-minute time frame. Okay, you see the moving averages again. Look how we're on this beautiful support. Because you can see, let me make me a little smaller. You already know what I look like. We're here for the money, right? Not to look at me. Here for the money. Okay, so now, see the blue line? Blue trend line here. Stock interacted with it before. Bounced like the floor of a building, right? Got close, bounces, it bounces. Okay, here we are again. Will it bounce? It could. Did it before. Nothing's guaranteed. You know that. You can't say, but Miss Moneymaker didn't bounce. Well, all the way back here, February, and so it did this little bouncing, but, it keeps bouncing until it doesn't, right? Why do I like this? Okay, we're up 140% for the year. Clearly, we were up higher when we were here at the highs of $184. But a stock has to come down and rest. So that's why on the other stock, you're like, well, why would you sell your whole position? I'm not saying I'm going to sell my whole position, but I realize it could come down. This other stock we just looked at, ORN. It can come down and rest and and try to come back to support again. So it's a waste of time for me to hold all the way through that sometime. So anyway, point is here, we're at some support. So I'm in this position already. I'm in this position. Yes, I am. Yes. Okay, we're above this orange gold moving average. We're not above this one. We're not above the 50-day moving average. I don't like that, but I am still above support. Okay, this 20-day moving average, we're above that. But I like we're still holding support. So let's see, what would that look like? Let's look at the forecast. Sorry this video is so long. Sorry, not sorry at the same time, right? Come on. Takes me a minute, people, because I want to explain things for people who are not really, so savvy on all this kind of stuff. Okay, so how much of a percentage? And I'm not going to the tippy top. We already talked about that. Miss Piggy levels. Because why? Sometimes when you hold for the top doesn't even come. Okay? This thing's called market makers. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay? And they'll know you're holding for that. And they're like, psych, not going here. Not going there this time. Okay, so let's just play it safe somewhere down here. Okay? You can start selling as you get close to the high. Dollar cost average out. Okay, think of it like that. So either way, 29%. People, this is another thing, okay? When you have more than one position and more than one stock, and you're not married to nobody, we're here for the money. You don't got a YOLO all in one, right? if you already know, because like me, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to make 20% with that stock. I'm going to make 29% with that stock. I'll make 10% with that one, 50% here. It all adds up. Every little bit adds up. So no, you don't got to YOLO into one and expect one to make you rich and all that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, okay? Because that's what puts so much pressure on you and then make you do crazy things and you're like, oh my God. No need. Because after this stock, it'll be another one and another one and another one and another one and another one. What was that? DJ Khaled. He goes, and another one. All right, so up here, I believe that's DJ Khaled. If it's not, you can put it in chat what DJ says that. And another one. All right, so now what's our risk to reward ratio with this? Okay, aren't we seeing something like, okay, let's just say where we're at right now. And then let's just say, I don't know how low you want to go. Hold on, let me just put this to here. Okay, let's just say something like that. I'm not doing it perfectly because it's going to be up to you what you do and how many shares you do and all that. Okay, you got to personalize this to yourself. So now let's just say, okay, we're here, $135. Okay, let's say if it goes below this level, because you see we have support here and support here. If it goes below this level, this price, okay, you're like, I'm not a fan. I want out. You can set your stop to that. It may go to that just to trigger some people's stocks, okay? So maybe you want to be a little lower. I don't know. That's up to you. Maybe you want it a little tighter. Maybe you're like, girl, if this thing don't happen right away, I'm out, okay? You got to set this to your risk tolerance, wherever you need to be here. But you see, for just like this basic stop loss here, and if we go up to just here, not to the sunset, not riding all the way to the highs, we're already 4.8, practically 5 risk to reward. You always want to be above a 3. Okay, so this is why I'm showing this, okay, right now, because the reward is more in your favor. So I said, let me just wait until the reward is more in everybody's favor. You see, Insiders had sold in June 13th, right? So when was June 13th? Just see. Around here. Okay, they sold a little bit. Alrighty. Definitely would have sold up here. So look into that. See what's going on. Because people always have to take some profits. Insiders have to sell sometime. So look into that. Let me hold on. Let me see if I can pop it open real quick. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So read that. Do your fundamentals. Okay. So now let's see. Back to it. Okay. So now, then you're also going to probably be saying, you know, Miss Moneymaker, why these stocks? Why are you not talking about Apple, Tesla, and everybody else? I'll tell you why. Okay, hold on. Got to keep moving on because the video is getting long. Okay. CLS. The reason why I'm not talking, just like how we just saw that article, the reason why I'm not talking about Apple, Tesla, and all these others right now is because I bet everybody has felt manipulation, right? Manipulation. How a stock is going down, right? Stock will be going down. And all this bad news. Let's just say Apple. Apple's high right now, okay? Oh, Apple doesn't have anything new. They're not innovative. Oh, nothing's happening good. Oh, they're just releasing the same iPhone again and again with a little just different twist. Oh, Apple's over. Apple's done as the stock goes down, right? All that bad news, right? Okay. So it's hard to buy when all that bad news is coming out. Because then people are like, oh my God, maybe they're right. Because they do it enough to make you think it's real. No, it's not real. It's not real. Okay? Because the hedge funds and all these other people are buying those shares and they need to keep that price low enough, long enough so they can get into their positions. Remember, their positions are millions of shares going in that they want to get. It's not real. So a lot of times, so this is why it's hard sometimes to keep your mind straight when you're dealing with the Magnificent Seven stocks, the Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, all of them. It's hard sometimes because they're like, oh God, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. No one's talking about this. No one's talking about this. Right? No one's talking about it. So this is an easy, quiet way, like quiet stealth wealth. Okay, a quiet way, because no one's going to manipulate you. No, there's no big flash coming out about CLS. But CLS is up what? 300% for the year. Boom! Sorry, that was too loud. Sorry about that. Okay, because of course I love it. I get excited, right? All right, and this, you want somebody who gets excited about this stuff. So right here, I drew this trend line, how we kept interacting with this level, okay? And then you can see this gold down here. Hold on. Let me just squinch this up here. Okay, let me make myself smaller. You know what I look like. All right. I know some people are like, what does she even look like? Who is she? Oh my God. People focus on the money. All right. So we're above this gold moving average. We're above the purple. So this is the 200 day. This is the 50 day. And you see this little green line. That's the 20 day moving averages. See, remember, I put them over here with the colors. Okay. You want to be above all that. And we are. Earnings, boop, boop, coming up when? Soon, but not, let's see. I'll tell you, 22 days. Okay, we got the earnings, right? You can hold plates of earnings. Earnings in the past, green. Okay? But remember, even though you have good earnings, doesn't mean stock has to pop so hard. But you can see how it reacted with earnings in the past. Sometimes earnings could be good and people will be like, no, it wasn't good enough. Yes, you bought me a Mercedes, yes, but I really wanted a Rolls Royce with pink interior, black trim, and that's not what I got. So down goes the stock, okay? That's the thing. You know how people are, right? Okay, but the market is always right. Don't argue with the market. The market is always right, even though it's manipulated too at the same time. But that's just how it is, and that's how life is. Okay, so now we're still close. We're away from support a little bit. So how could, Miss Moneymaker, sometimes it's hard for me to buy when, I'm scared I'm going to go. Yeah, you could. So I told you, set a stop loss under you, right? But right now you have a little bit more room because you have a little bit more room to get to here. So for everybody who wants to do that, why am I saying it with this one? Since we're like close already, right? It's not a lot of room. So you got to stay light with it because we hit our head on this ceiling before and came down. We hit our head here before too, came down like, oh, bang, I hit my head. Okay. So will you hit your head again? Maybe you will. Cause see, like hit our head here, hit our head, but then eventually you're going to pop through. Now, so why is it? We're getting kind of close to those earnings and we have a good slant. This triangle is getting tighter. We're getting a little tighter. You see what I mean? Boop. So that's what that looks like in my head. Something like that. Yes, we could break down. Especially remember, stay light with it, people, because we're in the summertime. So stay light on your feet because as we go deeper into summer, less people trading, like I said, less volume, less everything. Markets can go down. So everything, you just got to stay up with it. Stay up with it. So now, sometimes people ask me, well, how can I buy when? So now that was CLS. I'm going to change back to, let me see, which one looks scarier? Okay, I'm an ORN. Okay, I just wanted to talk about something. Someone asked me, well, how can I buy when I'm kind of scared sometimes it's going to go bloop, doop, 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 doop. It's hard for me to buy. Okay. Now, remember, you can set your stop loss. One thing, set your stop. Let's just talk about it. Set a stop under you so you're not so scared. You're like, oh, yes. But stop loss only happen during market hours. When it's like overnight and all that stop loss, it doesn't have to get triggered. Okay, so something to know. Okay, trade with less shares. If you're worried about a position, it's hard for me to buy when it's like that. Oh my God, I feel like it's going to go down and okay. Use less money. Whenever everybody has an amount where they get kind of like, holy Christ. So let's just say I'm making up a number. Just going to use 100 because it's a round number. Okay, so let's say I'm just using 100. We could say 10 shares, 100 shares, 1,000 shares. Okay, but just going to use 100. So if you're worrying like, oh my God, 100 shares, and if it goes down, blah, blah, cut it in half if you want. Only use 50 shares. What about that? Because then it takes the pressure off. Because when you feeling like, oh my God, you're going to react like sporadic, erratic and everything. It's harder to use your logic. And then with time, oh my God, moving my microphone and everything. With time, the more you do this, it won't phase you as much. You'll get used to it. So you have to build a tolerance. The only way to build tolerance is to have time. Just like alcohol. You get a tolerance with alcohol, right? Because you've been drinking for a minute. No one has a tolerance day one. Day one, you see you're a hot, sloppy mess. You're drunk. Everybody's like, oh my God, look, this person's so drunk. See? It's the same thing with the markets. Okay, you need time to build tolerance. Now, the other thing I want to show you is you could do this. Yes, I saved it to the end. Everybody who's still here, 25 minutes left. Gangsters, you want the money. You should get it. All right. So let's say the stock is trading here at this price, right? Do this. Set a buy limit order in your brokerage account. Okay. When you just press buy, that's called a market order. But there's another way to go about it in your brokerage account. You could buy limit. So you could say, hey, if you're too scared, and that's fine, because hey, it can be hard for me too, especially when I'm averaging down. I'm like, oh, the pain. But then I remind myself, the money is coming in, girl. Press those buttons. Okay. So you go set your buy limit order in your brokerage account for whatever amount, whatever price you want. And because you're already anticipating the stock will go down, but yeah, it's going to go back up. Okay. So you don't have to be there trying to press the button live. No. Because you could be at your job or something like that. Right. So let's say I feel it's going to come down a little bit more past this. Hold on. I have to take this off. Okay, people. So it's easier for everyone to see what I'm talking about. Okay. So say you're like, yeah, I believe it's going to go up too. And if the stock is down here at this price, though, at $8, I get cold feet and it's hard for me to press the buy button. Have a limit order already set here for buy limit order at $8. So it'll be automatically triggered with however many shares you want. So I'm making this up. So let's say 10 shares. Okay. Let's say, say if you want your whole total position to be 100 shares, you can even do 10 shares here at $8, 10 shares at $7.75. You could just walk yourself into it. I'm just saying numbers. They're just random. But it's a way of slowly just getting yourself into it. Do limit orders. Just do some limit orders down there. So when the stock comes, it'll hit it. Boop, boop, boop. It'll pick them up. And then when the stock shoots up, boom, you got it. You got it. I love doing that. Okay? Because especially if you're like, oh my God, can I press the button live? No, you don't have to. You set those limit orders. It'll pick them up for you. Because you see how sometimes it just goes down for a hot second, right? So if you would have had a limit order set for right here, the stock would have came down here, boop, picked up your shares. You would already be in profit already. See? So that's how easy. And then it takes you out of the equation. Let's talk about it. End of the video. No one's even here, but I'm going to talk to that one person who's here, okay? It takes you out of the equation. And sometimes our biggest problem is ourselves. Really, right? It is ourselves. It's like if I would have just pressed that button, or if I would have just sold there. Make it automated so it's already set. Think about it when you're nice and calm, when nothing's going on, not when you're hot and bothered if you just took a loss or something like that. No, when everything's nice and calm, you think about it like, oh, let me make this plan. Okay. Oh, I'm going to have limit orders to buy at these price points. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. And then you know what? I wanted to sell up here. Okay. So I should have some orders for it to sell up there once you're in the position, after you get in the position. Okay. Once the stock is bought and everything, right? Oh yeah. I wanted to sell up here. I could have some limit orders. It takes you out of the position and then you just have to go mind your business. That's what you have to do. You got to go mind your business and stop touching the buttons so much. That's the hard part. But with stocks that no one's really talking about, it's easier to do. Because when you got this position, same amount of shares, everybody's talking, Tesla's not going to do this. Oh, Tesla is going to do this. Or Apple's going to do this. They're not going to do that. You get so like, oh my God, maybe they know and I don't know. And it makes it harder to hold. Okay? No one's talking about these. So it's easier money. Okay? It's easier money to have some of these as well. Okay, just wanted to bring all that out to let you know. Okay, See you next time in the next video. Click like, click subscribe. What about that? I'm supposed to say that. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.